know that for so many people who are disabled, there are obstacles that make leisure, having a good time, very, very difficult. A challenge. An old hill becomes a mountain. A swimming pool can be as treacherous as the most dangerous sea. And I know that even a friend of mine was telling me how even getting out to the movies can be a real problem. So many disabled people just aren't able to participate, just don't participate in sports, hobbies. They miss those good times, and quite naturally, they feel cheated. Last week, my task force on the disabled gave me a good report. And it's a report that I think not only I, but a lot of people, other people in this state should read to learn the problems of recreation, and particularly the problems, of course, of the disabled. The report included a Doug Heir poll. It found that fully 2/3 of people who were disabled hadn't been to a movie in the past year. People with my schedule have been to one. 2/3 had not attended a sporting event during an entire year. And 3/4 had never gone to live theater or a live musical performance. Now, no wonder that having gotten that kind of results in the poll, no wonder that 57% of those people in the poll went on to say that somehow their disability had prevented them from reaching their full potential as a person, going as far and as fast as their ability ought to let them go. That's true, and it's unacceptable. And very, very sad. Because people who are disabled shouldn't really miss out on things like that. We've all heard stories about disabled people getting out and having fun. Ray Charles plays golf. Stevie Wonder plays tennis. And of course, this guy on my right, Doug Heir, he is so much more athletic sitting in a wheelchair than I ever have been or will ever hope to be standing on 2 feet. So, you know, there are so many examples around us of people becoming everything that they can be and overcoming whatever obstacle is there. I think it was the English essayist William Hazlitt who once said that prosperity can be a great teacher, but adversity is a greater teacher. Now, Hazlitt, I suppose, wasn't around to meet Stevie Wonder or Ray Charles or Doug, but he could have been talking about them because they will turn adversity into an advantage. But we do know that some of the most difficult obstacles people face are not in themselves, they're man-made. They're man-made. In New Jersey, in this decade of the disabled, what we're trying to do is remove those barriers one by one until none no longer exist. In the past 10 years, we've started 190 recreation programs statewide for the disabled. We want to make sure that the disabled have full access to our parks and to our playgrounds. We want to provide services so people can play sports, do what they want to do with the arts, or participate in the performing arts, if that's what they want to do. 2 summers ago, I was there when we provided the first wheelchair access right over the sand into Island Beach State Park. And I know that's been used so many times since then by people enjoying that great facility. And it's not uncommon. I've seen wheelchairs in Atlantic City, on the boardwalk, and on the beach, of course in the casinos. But the recreation programs can do so much for so many people. In fact, every year more than 200,000 people of all ages and all abilities benefit in one way or another. But none of this would be possible without very devoted people who understand the problems and work on solving those problems, who never think an obstacle is too great for them to work and to overcome. Aristotle once said the quality of life is determined by its activities. And the people, and some of them are right in this room, the people who make these programs work are very, very special people. They improve the quality of life of the disabled, and improving the quality of life of the disabled in one way or another, that means that all of our lives are enriched through their participation. Today, I want to applaud these very, very special people, because by their work and by their dedication, year after year, week after week, day after day, they show the world that disability should never mean a closed door, and disability must never mean a missed opportunity that otherwise could begin. Thank you.